Hi, my friends. I am going live just for a few minutes here to kind of pull back the curtain and tell you exactly what is inside the Clique Collaborative. The Clique Collaborative is my high school counseling membership, so it is created and made exactly with high school counselors in mind. There's nothing else like it because there's no one else out there really helping high school counselors. So it is a program that is specific to high school counselors focused on professional development topics. Now, professional development might not sound riveting or exciting, but I promise you these topics are relevant to high school counselors. So to come up with the ideas, I usually plan about 6 months at a time in terms of what counselors are needing. So I come up with ideas, but I also poll our members and ask what things they want to hear next. And I kind of put those together and then give a preview of what's to come over the next 6 months. That way, the entire membership is member driven, because it would be kind of pointless if it wasn't related to what you needed and what you needed to learn about and what you needed to hear. So in terms of the topics, that's how the topics get chosen. Let me tell you, some of the past topics have involved things like, let me think of like some crowd favorites. We did small group counseling last year, or like last February, I think it was, career, college and career. Well, those are two split in different ones. College readiness. We did career readiness. We talked about data collection and data management. We did classroom lessons. We've done advisory councils, really all of those large scale topics. Those are some of the topics that we've done in the past. Some of the upcoming ones are going to be another one on small groups, because that was everyone's favorite from last year. So we're going to do a little bit more specific. We're going to talk about troubleshooting small groups. We're doing quick classroom lessons. We are doing launching your seniors well. I had an idea from a member about how to flip your program from toxic to engaging. And when we are talking about that, it's going to be like your high school counseling program. So the team that you're working with, how to create a culture that is not toxic, but it's proactive and forward moving so that you can better serve students. Those are just some of the ones coming up. Oh, needs assessments is one that I know members are really looking forward to, because you hear that all the time, like we need to be doing needs assessments, but don't have like the meat behind it to talk about how it gets done in the school. So those are some past topics and those are some upcoming topics. So we take the monthly topic and there is a deep dive every single month. The first Thursday of every month, the teaching comes out. And so this is a video teaching inside of our members only area. You do not have to show up live, but there is video teaching inside of there. And then that audio is pulled and put in a private podcast so that you can listen on the go when it's convenient for you. So it's longer than a regular podcast episode of high school counseling conversations, but I would say if you like listening to high school counseling conversations, you will enjoy the feature of having a private podcast. So what is a private podcast, you ask? You only get access to it if you are on the inside of the Clique Collaborative. So if you are a member, you get a special, unique link that allows you to put a podcast in your podcast player of your choice. And it's not shareable, it's not searchable. So it is, as long as you're a member, you get to be listening to the private podcast. And like I said, that private podcast is audio pulled from anything that we do inside the Clique Collaborative. So rarely is it just announcements. It's usually our monthly teaching, but it's also our quarterly Clique Collab live. So we get together as a group quarterly and gather of high school counselors from all over the place. And it's really fun to have everybody join at once. Like, we'll have people from all over the country. We have a member from Canada, so she was there this last time, which was so fun to have everybody be able to introduce themselves, say who they are face to face, like put a name with a face, and then share what their school is like. So we have counselors who are in rural areas where they're the only high school and they're the only high school counselor. We have counselors in large public schools, small private schools, small Christian schools. We have charter schools, online schools. To me, it's wild how we are all doing the same job, but in different places, and that we can still come together and deal with similar issues. So I just saw Chris joined. She is one of those charter school Clique Collab members, and I'm thankful for her expertise and the knowledge that she brings to our group. So we have a little bit of everyone in terms of background, from solo to team player to, we have some K through 12, we have some 6 through 12. It really is a good mix of different backgrounds that brings a lot of ideas to the table. If you want to hear about some of those different members' perspectives on what the Clique Collaborative is like, I have some episodes of High School Counseling Conversations. If you leave a comment when you're watching this, I'll remember I can send you a link to those direct ones, because I think that those give you a good insight to, hey, can I see myself in here? Can I see myself in that person's shoes in terms of what their school demographic and makeup looks like? And then can I see myself inside the Clique Collaborative because there's somebody like me doing something similar? So we talked about those monthly topics, the Clique Collab Live. That is just quarterly. And so if you cannot make it, we vote on the day that we're going to do it. But if you can't make it, again, it's recorded and it's shared with others. So those are two of the main features. And then every month you get a counselor bonus. This might be something from my TPT store, but it's not always. I don't want this to be a strictly resources membership. I feel like that has to be like, you got to get resources that you need, very specific to like certain times of the year. And you might not be doing small groups at all yet, but then you might come into the Clique Collaborative and be inspired to do some. So it is part resources, part helpful, like tangible things to hand you, but a lot of growing and learning together, challenging ourselves to step outside of our comfort zone and better our high school counseling program. So I'm usually not giving you the fish. I'm teaching you how to fish, if you will. I'm coaching you, guiding you, walking alongside you, and leading a team of rock star counselors to better themselves as professionals and energize their high school counseling programs. So sometimes that monthly counselor bonus is something from my TPT store. Sometimes it's a piece of something larger that maybe I'm working on. Aside from like the monthly counselor bonus, I've given away resources as I've created them before I've put them in my store. Sometimes it is a template. Sometimes it is a checklist. I'll tell you, last January, we had a checklist to reset our year. That was a good example of a checklist. We've done templates like for advisory councils. When we did that month, it was, what does a template look like for taking notes at an advisory council, and a template for having your whole agenda set out before you so that you can be organized as you're inviting people and hosting an advisory council. I shared a needs assessment template this past fall because I always am weary of putting that out there for the whole world because they are so different for everyone, but I knew it would be helpful. So felt like our membership was a safe place to share that and say, hey, let's come back with questions or how we would grow and tweak and change things. And we used a sample needs assessment as one of those counselor bonuses one month. So all sorts of different things that bonus might look like, but it's always a surprise. And I usually try and theme it with whatever the monthly focus topic is. So it kind of makes sense. So back in December, we talked about grief and loss counseling, and the bonus was a resource from my TPT store, but it was something that the members voted on. I said, do you want this resource or this resource? They voted, the members spoke, and that was their bonus resource for the month. So it just depends each month. And I like to keep it, like I said, like a surprise. That's just like, what is something else that can be added to my program that is not too overwhelming, but just like something to help me move forward. And I think that is a lot of what it's all about. It's tiny growth steps, like tiny little increments are what's going to help you get to your personal and professional goals. And it's going to help your school counseling program reach new heights and new goals that you did not think were possible for your high school counseling program. So those are the main things inside the program. I would show you like some screenshots if I could share, if Instagram would let me do that sort of thing. But I will share some more screenshots of what it looks like inside of the program when is that? Tomorrow is Monday. I'm filming this on Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday, and I have a free live workshop coming up on Monday, and I have the last free live workshop coming up on Wednesday. If you want to get an example of like what my teaching style is like, if you want to see me and interact with other counselors in the chat, the way that you get to that and you sign up is counselorclique.com/workshop. We have 2 more of those, and at those free live workshops, we're going to be talking about 3 practical ideas to bring your high school counseling program back to life in the new year. I know, it's a mouthful. All of those words are important because we have a lot of things to talk about at those live workshops. So if you'll join me there, at the end, I will also talk about the Clique Collaborative membership because doors are open, and I'll show you some screenshots of what it looks like inside. I also have a video tour of exactly what the inside of our members only portal looks like. So that portal, you get a login. As soon as you join, you use that email address and you can log in and you see our monthly content broken down month by month. It always looks the same in terms of the format, so you never get confused on how things look and where to find things. But each month under that monthly module, you'll see our teaching, you'll see the bonus, and let me think, any other important links. Like if we have that quarterly live coming up, it has all the information in there. So that's like your hub that you're going to go to. And I can send you, if you need, let me know in the comments, let me know if you want a link to a YouTube video where it's me talking you through exactly what it looks like. I scroll through, I click around. I want to be as transparent as possible. I want you to know what you're getting into, what you're joining. I have nothing to hide. I want you to see how great it is. I really believe in the Clique Collaborative as a membership program for high school counselors. So you can watch that YouTube video to see like a behind the scenes tour of exactly what's inside. Somebody asked me in my comments yesterday, I think it was, can I get a first month free? And I was like, I appreciate that ask because you'll never know unless you ask. But I will say, I don't do like a first month free because it's just like a regular old membership model. If you join and it's not for you, you cancel before the next month and you don't get charged for it. You do get 2 months free when you join as an annual member. So it's $19 a month or $190 for the year, and that saves you 2 free months. So if you're looking for a free month, the annual membership is the best way to go. But like I said, I'm going to show you screenshots on the live workshop on Monday and Wednesday. And then I also have a link for you to see exactly what's inside and exactly what it looks like. So I am confident in that. I'm confident in the money back guarantee that it would be something that you would enjoy and that you would grow and benefit from. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to tell you. Oh, of course, our community of high school counselors. So there is a Facebook community for our high school counselors where you can turn to ask questions and get feedback. If you're struggling with the situation, think like back to your internship program when you got together with other counselors and sat in a circle and went through tapes. We're not showing any tapes or anything, but if you are needing some feedback on a situation, this is a great place to go. I also love that Clique Collab live when we get together to actually be able to explain it a little more and say, hey, this is just something I'm running into. Does anyone have any suggestions? Bryce says, oh my gosh, you sound just like the podcast. Well, because it's me who does the podcast, it's probably funny to like see my face and hear it too. I follow some people on Instagram who I feel the same way. When I see them teaching or talking on stories or live, it's like, wait, I hear you in my ears every week. So that is really funny. Thanks for being here. I hope that this was helpful to walk you through exactly what is inside the Clique Collaborative. I would hope that you would join us. Doors only open twice a year. So that is so that once everybody's in, we can onboard everybody and I can concentrate on our members inside. I should have written down, it's on my to-do list this afternoon to start writing everyone's names down on a board so we can start celebrating who's inside. And I'll get on my Instagram stories and share that in a little bit. I did not have that prepared when I sat down, but we have a handful of new members, say a bunch that I know more will be joining this week because doors close on Thursday night. Thursday night at midnight. Come to the workshop Monday or Wednesday if you're still on the fence, or join us and come celebrate in the chat when you get there. I will give shout outs and I cannot wait to see who joins us and where you're coming from in terms of your level of experience, whether you are a beginner or you are a veteran as a high school counselor. There is a place for you inside the Clique Collaborative. So I hope I get to see you inside. Doors close on Thursday night at midnight. And to join, I haven't even mentioned this yet all the way through, you go to cliquecollab.com. So CliqueCollab.com. Cliquecollab.com. You can read more about what I just shared in terms of all the things that are inside, all of the benefits, everything you can expect. And then I also, on that same Clique Collab website, you can click to join. That's where you join. And I also have those podcasts linked so that you can hear from members who are currently in the membership. So I did a little series with some members last summer, and those are still on the podcast. So you can go back and listen to them if you want. I also have a current member, Katie, joining us on an Instagram Live on Thursday before doors close. I've never done a joint Instagram Live, so I'm really excited to see how that turns out and to have Katie on Instagram with me. So I hope I get to see you at one of the live workshops that we have coming up. counselorclique.com/workshop, or I hope to see you inside the Clique Collaborative before doors close on Thursday night. Thanks for joining. Leave any comments or send me a DM if you have any specific questions that you want to ask. Oh, last thing. Purchase orders. If you want your school to pay for it, send me a DM. I have lots of resources for you to print and hand to your bookkeeper or your principal or your admin, whoever makes those decisions, because you should not have to pay for it. Ask your administrators. They pay for conferences. They pay for teachers to go to training. And this is just as important for you. So I have an advocacy letter. I have a PDF highlight sheet that is very pretty that you can print off and hand to them. And then I have a Google form that you fill out, and I get you any information that your bookkeeper needs. So it's a very seamless, easy process. If your administrator would jump on board, I would love to explain that to them by giving you these resources to make it very easy to advocate for some professional development that you need. Hope to get to see you inside, either at the workshop and or the Clique Collaborative. Doors close on Thursday night. I'll see you there. Thanks.